Hi, everyone. This is Chris Arendt from Popverse, and we are here at New York Comic Con 2025 with Michael and Cote from NCIS, Tony and Ziva. Thank you both for coming out today.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us, Chris.
So what do you think of the view we have back here on the convention floor?
It's insane.
So cool.
Very cool. I mean, it's a sea of people.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So how has it been coming back to New York? Like, I know you film like all over, but what's it like coming back into the city? Like, are you just popping in for this? Or are you staying a while?
Popping in for this, but Michael and I started our careers in New York, right?
Manhattan, baby.
Manhattan, baby.
Yeah. I played guitar in the subway in Manhattan in late 80s, early 90s.
Do you remember the best subway stops to play at?
14th Street, right? For you to play?
14th
Wasn't it Union
Street
Square?
Was good. Union Square, but also I'd go down to West 4th.
Of course.
And then I would go up on the 456, I'd go up to Hunter College. And sometimes I go down to Wall Street and I play Wall Street because I would...
Because it was your audience?
It was aspirational. These guys walking by in their American Psycho outfits and just looking at me going, oh, that kid looks like he's having fun, which I was. And I still am, because I'm with you.
From your perspective, can you imagine walking by and seeing him, probably with shaggier hair, probably?
Yeah.
Would you have stopped to listen?
Yeah. I would have looked at him and I would have said, that's a good-looking man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we were talking about David Gray.
By the way, I love how you just took that and you were like, and? You would have said this about me, and you would have felt this about me.
And David Gray was a young, struggling artist at that time on Caroline Records, which was right next to where I lived on 26th Street, was his record company. And I went and saw him at Chennai, sing in a place called Chennai. Oh my God. David Gray.
Ain't No Love. Such a great song.
So anyway, it was a very exciting time in the early 90s in New York City. And by the time you got here, it was the early 2000s, right? Because she was born, not that long ago. And she's very young, so young.
The New York in the 90s is much different than the New York that people know of today.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, yes. And it was a lot of fun. It was a good time to be alive. There was a lot of running around, a lot of cigarette smoking, a lot of drinking, a lot of things where, like, if we just popped in a time machine to like 7th Avenue and 16th Street in 1989, it would look like maybe people were behaving inappropriately is all.
You would have caught me at like the Limelight or something like that. But.
Ooh, I was in a band that played
a...
Limelight.
Really?
Yeah.
But, your rapport together is palpable. Like backstage, even before this, like you two were together. Like I met you two when you were both on screen, and you did junkets here and like here and there, but you're often matched up with different people, like Mark and other people. But now you're doing the show together. You're producing together. You're on tour together when you do these press things. Like, how quickly, but do you kind of get back on the same vibe where you're kind of playing back and forth? Like, do you have to re-warm up, or are you just like back at it?
I think a lot of people think that it's sort of like something that we put on. There is no putting on. Like,
no, it's
for example, I woke up this morning and I texted Michael and I said, hey, I had a rough night last night. I didn't sleep well. And he immediately called me FaceTime. We're both literally waking up. And he's like, we're going to get through this. I mean, there is no, let me slip into these shoes and let me get through today.
Right.
There's just a thing, a friendship, a chemistry thing, a magical thing, whatever it is. And quite frankly, I don't touch it. I kind of allow it to be, because the more you leave it alone, the more it can grow. Yeah. It's sort of like if you sat by a tree and you just, like grow. I put a seed, grow. What's happening?
Maybe
What's
little
happening?
mushroom. Maybe to grow a little mushroom.
The magic mushroom.
Paul McCartney and Wings, right? So if we are Paul McCartney and Wings, she's Paul McCartney and
definitely.
I'm Linda. Like, I'm learning how to play the piano and Paul's letting me be part of the thing. I'm singing some slightly atonal background vocals, but I'm on tour with the band and I'm very grateful. And I'm also looking after the kids while Paul is... Why are you Paul McCartney all of a sudden? What did I do?
I have no idea, but somehow I ended up being
talented with a beautiful voice, and it's Paul McCartney and Wings and Linda.
I'll let him go with this because it's
Linda
very
had great
bizarre.
hairdos. She had great.
You
hairdos.
have great hair.
I could do a Linda.
But you also have very bass player vibes and like the
Yes.
utmost compliment. Like as a bass player myself, like
Well, the
you-
bass player is always the cool one, right?
Yeah.
I've always thought the drummer and the bass player.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they set the rhythm, they can speed things up, slow things down.
Yeah.
But they kind of set the tone for everybody. That's very
Yeah.
interesting.
Flea from the Red Hot Chili Peppers. That's a really good bass player, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, I mean, like known as a really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and Sting.
Yeah.
And Jaco Pistorius, no?
Jaco Pastorius at New York Comic Con.
See, look at she is a bass player.
Yeah.
Well, I had a cousin. I have a cousin. He's still very much with us, but he was a bass player. And so when I was very young, I was singing and he was playing the bass. And we'd have these really wonderful conversations about music. And then he'd play all these really wonderful kind of old records about like legends, right? And so I learned a lot from a lot of musicians who were around me. I went to performing arts high school, so I was around actors and dancers and artists and musicians. Mm-hmm. And so I love that world. I have a lot of respect for it. And he used to always tell me that Flea was a magnificent bass player. He
He's a
used
very
to say he's a
technical
very
bass player, but
technical bass player.
But his flamboyance kind of like masks it and people can't see it.
Exactly. And that's what he used to say. It's like people can't see past the whole thing that he is, because there's an entire persona there, which by the way, I think it's just who he is, But under all of that, there's like a real artist, which I was like, isn't that great?
Yeah. So you two are back together. Like when
We are back together.
Well,
Yeah.
back, baby.
And it feels so
when you both
good.
left the show, we were all disappointed. Then you had some little glimmers where you came back and helped out. You went off and did other projects. Now you're back together. At what point did you feel like, oh, I can feel it kind of like coming back together, you two doing that? Like, was it text chain where you kind of see like something is happening? Or how did that kind of, like, what did it feel like when you kind of felt it kind of beginning to reconverge where you come back to NCIS?
Weirdly enough, it was like energetic first.
Very feeling based.
Yeah, because we started having these conversations during the pandemic. Michael was in New York, I was very far away, and we called it the pandemic sessions.
Yeah.
And we talk about, what would it be like if these characters ever came back? And then we went back and we analyzed life, and then we sort of, would share a lot of things. And we were going through deep things, I think, in life, the pandemic, Yeah. I think that's where it started, energetically. And then it came together, as these things usually come together. There was a little bit of destiny that came in and played its part. And then we found ourselves on a set, and then the rest is the rest. It's there.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like, I don't
When did it,
worry.
like, we've all been on projects that kind of come together and some kind of don't, some get right on the cusp. Like, when did it feel real to you? At what point you're like, oh, it's really happening?
First day of shooting. That
Yeah.
even during the camera test, I was like, they could still pull the rug. They could still say no. But then we started, action. So a tip to any aspiring musicians or actors or performers, and, any kind of advice is odious, but it's just, it's a reminder about the universe, which is when you hear the word action or go or start or whatever it is, it's not a test. It's an invitation to have an adventure. Whether it's a 3-minute song and you're in the recording studio or you're shooting a scene with a scene partner, it's not, oh God, I hope I do this right. And it's like, don't bring that energy somewhere else, because what you need to do, like sitting down with you, it's like, it's fun. We don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
So all we know is like, let's get in the pocket, feel it. And that's why I think we get along with each other.
Yeah.
And as different as we are.
Yeah, like my friend calls it, like you have too much checked baggage that you're bringing with you. Like you don't need all that. Just leave it back at the hotel, leave it back at home, and just come with just what you can carry, and then just be there for the moment.
As Kurt Cobain would say, come as you are.
We keep going back to music. We keep
Yeah,
going
we
back to
do,
music.
we do.
I've seen TV shows have musical like episodes, would there be a world where, as producers,
The musical episode of Tony and Ziva in Europe, just in a cobblestone street, just busting out into a musical number.
It's already written in my head. I already know what it is. You want to know what it is?
yes, we all do.
Is it like a La La Land
No,
moment?
it's set in the 70s. It's basically a kind of flashback to our parents in a prior thing. And not only is it set in the 70s, but we're singing all the 70s songs. We're in a 70s
Interesting.
musical.
Well, Outlander did something like that,
Yeah.
remember?
Yeah.
They kind of flashed forward. They went to the 70s and they're like, this was,
singing?
no, it's actually, are you familiar with that or
Yeah.
no? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, like I remember
It's
seeing
kind
that.
of a traumatic thing that happens to Claire.
Don't tell me.
And I'm not. It's very traumatic what happens
Spoilers
to
for
her. And
Outlander
she-
right now.
And she snaps, Sassenich, and she snaps out of it, and then all of a sudden she's like in a dinner scene. It's kind of a remarkable moment. That's a little insight on me.
No, I
my
love that.
Outlander, the romance in me.
Yeah, I love that. That's what the show's about. Like, you're coming back together for that, and the crime is kind of a backdrop to allow that to happen. We got
That
time-
was for me. For me, it was that Michael was like, I get to walk down the cobblestone streets and I get to do this. I was like, no, romance. I was like, where's the corset?
So we're as we record this, the first season is being released right now. Like, do you have in mind like what you want like a season 2 to be? Do you have in mind for a future? Not that we want to announce anything, unless you want to announce something. But do you have a vision as producers, as actors, as that for what?
What do you want to see, Cote de Pablo?
I'd love to know what the fans think
Yeah,
or what they would like to see. You know, I mean, I'm not saying that, by the way, we're going to do exactly what the fans want, because obviously that's not our choice. But I think, you know, a little fandom feedback
yeah.
would be interesting.
Would you like, what character from the Mothership or any of the other shows of NCIS in the universe, like, are there any characters that you think would be fun to see over there dancing with us?
Paulette.
Did you say Polly?
Yeah.
Oh, Paulette. Oh, I love that.
Polly
Polly
Perrette can come all the way in.
She said Paulette. That's the best because it's the marriage of Polly Perrette. Paulette.
P.
Yay.
Or just P.
We just called her P.
Yeah.
That would be like a really funny thing because
Yeah.
how does she fit into the world of Europe?
Yeah.
And would she actually get on a plane? That's a secondary
might have to
question.
go to her.
We may have to go to her.
But I'd do it in a heartbeat. I love it. P.
She's the best.
That is great. Thank you so much for joining us. Look forward to all the content we have for New York Comic Con 2025.
Thanks, Chris.